Welcome back to Video Journal number 2 for LA Noire. I forgot to look exactly how far into the game I am. I think I've just completed my second case as a homicide detective. And I think there's four ranks that you go through. I'm not sure. I'm getting ahead of myself because I don't want to say things about the game that I'm just not sure about yet, and maybe I'll be wrong. But from the little notebook, what I can tell you started out in traffic, then it goes to homicide, then I haven't looked to see what the other two are. I forget. But anyways, I left the game playing in the background so you can get some of the smooth jazz of the 1940s coming at you. Alright, that was embarrassing. But anyways, I want to talk a little bit about just some general gameplay things, and then I want to talk about specifically that second case that I was just, the most recent one that I just finished, which was really, really cool. First of all, just generally, I'm starting to like it more now that I kind of understand the tone of the game and the type of the game. I think going into it, I thought it was going to be more of a Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto, sandbox, open world environment kind of game. And while the map is huge and you have your pretty much a free run of Los Angeles, it's, like I said in yesterday's video, it's still a little bit limited and focused. But now that I kind of understand that and can kind of invest myself in that story a little bit more, I think I appreciate it more. I think I did mention yesterday that it reminded me of Heavy Rain, the way you're investigating, the way the story plays out, and it still does, but on a much grander scale. Where Heavy Rain was about a 6 hours or so game, this one I definitely have played for at least 6 hours, and maybe a quarter of the way through, maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure. Like I said, I forgot to check. Excuse me, but yeah. So now that I'm aware of that and adapting to that kind of tone of the game, I do appreciate it more. If you're looking for something a lot more open and quick-paced and kind of in your face and you're constantly doing things, I can't really recommend this game for you. If you want something that's going to be a little bit slower and allow you to really become one in this world and kind of involve yourself in it, then I think you'll definitely appreciate it. But if you want something that's a little more coming at you, I don't know that you'll necessarily like it. I could be wrong. Don't let that deter you from trying it, because it is a great game. Couple of things that I'm really enjoying so far. The chases. Either sometimes you'll be in a car. The ones that I enjoy the most are the foot chases. You'll be chasing down a suspect through the streets. You shimmy up a drain pipe, run up some catwalks, jumping from building to building and kind of tucking. And it's very fluid. You don't have to hit buttons. You just basically run and he does it for you, which I kind of like. It's a little more cinematic that way. Excuse me, I can't get rid of this cough. So I really do like that. There's two things that'll happen when you are chasing somebody on foot. Sometimes if you have your gun out, if you can train your gun on them for long enough, you can't run while you're training your gun on them, but it slows you down. But if you can train your gun on them long enough, the circle will fill up and you'll shoot a warning shot into the air and they'll stop in their tracks. Other than that, if you have your gun out, you pretty much have to kill them at some point, unless you can stop them, which I don't really like, because a lot of times in the game it'll tell you to subdue the suspect, which to me means, subdue, don't kill. But unfortunately, shooting them in the leg doesn't really do much, and if you shoot them more than one time in the leg, they die. So, unfortunately, it's pretty much a kill or nothing. And then there's other ones where you don't have your gun isn't out and you just kind of chase them down, and you eventually your partner, if you can get close enough, you can tackle them. I haven't actually gotten close enough yet to do that, but other than that, your partner will cut them off and you'll eventually capture them. So those are the two different kinds of foot chases. Now I'm just at the 5-minute mark, so I want to try and wrap this up. I don't want to be too long. I just want to talk briefly about the interrogations and gathering evidence. Take your time with it. I think initially, the interrogation, it's really difficult because there's only 3 choices, and to be completely honest, 2 of those choices, the doubt and the outright lie, are so similar it gets really hard. You can tell when they're not being truthful, but between those 2, and really all I can say is if they're lying, you have to use evidence to back that up. So once you accuse them of lying, you go into your notebook and you pick the evidence that you have that contradicts that lie. So that's really the best hint I can give you with that. But the most recent case was really cool because you had 2 suspects, and probably there was literally enough evidence to convict either one, and that gives you the choice. You can interrogate both, and then it's your choice. And I liked that because, well, I guess what I liked about it the most was that afterwards it doesn't tell you if you got the right person or not. So I ended up picking one of them because I had to, and afterwards, the captain gets really in your face and angry, and I don't think it's necessarily because he thinks you picked the wrong person, but in his mind you did because he was really rooting for the other one. I don't want to give too much away, so that leads you in one direction or another. But I do like that because of the 2 options, and then the wonder of, well, what would have happened if I had picked the other guy? Did I get the right person? Which is kind of a cool feeling. I imagine that a lot of times that happens in real police work. While the evidence might be pointing to somebody, did I necessarily? You're always going to maybe have that doubt in your mind. So I thought that was really cool of them to do that. I'm getting a little bit better at interrogating because, like I said, because I am taking my time. For a while there, I was doing really, really poorly at it. But take your time, find as much evidence as you can, and make sure you use that evidence while you're interrogating. So yeah, I'm still really liking it. Check back. We'll see. Not sure. It'll probably be at least another day or so before I can get another journal posted. But until then, so long.